This is going to be really difficult for me to talk about, but I want you guys to know what happens and why I've been gone for so long. Honestly, I thought I was going to take a way longer break from this, and I truly thought I wasn't going to come back to YouTube at all. But it's been a part of my life for 10 years, and I don't want to let the reckless and stupid actions of one person ruin something that I enjoy doing and something that I think that some of you guys get a lot of enjoyment out of as well. So you guys probably saw my video where I told you that I got doxed. Somebody revealed my address. And I was really afraid for a time that someone was going to use that to their advantage and show up at my house. And everybody said, it's not going to happen. Like, you don't have to worry about it. People aren't going to do that. Never forget for 1 second in your life that people can and will surprise you. Because a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting out in my driveway with my cats. And a couple days before that, I had cut my grass, which I did let grow to about 3 feet tall. So I took a chef's knife and I went out there and just hacked it all down. So I was weaving a grass mat in my driveway with my cats. Okay, just hanging out, just enjoying my life, just doing my thing. I've been having some really good days. I've been going out, I've been exercising, I've been feeling just like the top of my game. Okay, so I'm sitting out there and I noticed the cats kind of look up, and coming down the hill, I see just this man just walking down the hill. And men walk down hills, men walk up hills, men do things. So that didn't, I was like, okay, weird. Because I'd never seen that person before in the neighborhood. And you guys have probably, you know that movie Rear Window, I think it's what it's called, where it's that guy's stuck in his house, it's like Hitchcock or something, and he just sees everything and knows everyone's schedules and knows all the car. I don't know if they were cars at that time. I think they were. But anyways, that's me. I'm stuck at home every day. So I know all my neighbors. I know everyone who walks. I know everyone who drives. I see all. I see everything. So I'd never seen this person on my street before. And what was weirder still was that as they walked, they were staring at me. It wasn't they were just kind of oh, there's a human in passing and walk. No, they were as they walked, staring right at me. And then there was a little flutter in my brain of recognition. Oh, there's some explosions going on outside. That's great. There was a flutter of recognition in my brain. And my brain said a username in my head. And I remembered seeing about 8 months ago a small picture, an avatar of this person. One of you guys. One of my fans. And then my heart dropped. Was it confirmed that it was this person? No, I've never seen this person in my life before. Like I said, 8 months ago, I saw one little picture of this person. Okay. And there's probably, about 30 or so people, I think, that I private message on because people will message me on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. And always, generally I'll write back, not all the time, but like I said, there's about 20 or 30 people I'll have kind of messages going back and forth with for, the past years, month, who knows. So it's one of the people that I'd message back and forth from time to time. And, when a stranger comes down the street, like a Jehovah's Witness or a Mormon, coming to tell you about Jesus, or someone selling cookies or auto parts or whatever, it's weird. It's just but they're not coming to the house for me. They're just coming to the house because a human being lives there. Once I thought that I might know who this person was, and I realized that they were coming to my home, uninvited, unannounced, to see me, and for what purpose I knew not. Oh, I got so scared. Oh, my heart's beating fast now. Because they weren't just passing through. It wasn't just oh, this person, oh my God, look, I know you. And they were coming to see me. They wanted to see me. And they didn't tell me. They didn't say anything. It's just this person comes walking up. So he comes walking up, staring me in the eyes, into my driveway. Past, he's trespassed now. He's on my property. Didn't say a single word, just staring me in the eyes. So I scream, I gotta get my cats. Because I did. My cats do not like strangers. And and that was my fault. I didn't have them leashed. I think Fran just had a collar on. Oh no. I hit myself in the chin and it made my skin feel all funny. That was weird. It almost felt like my skin like shifted up. What the hell? So I grab Luna. That's her. She sits back there. I grab Luna and I tried to get Francis, but Francis ran underneath the car. So I just went inside and I grabbed a container of treats. I was like, Francis, come in. I'm trying to get her to come in because obviously if a person's unannounced showing up in my home, a fan that I don't know personally at all, I do not know this person, comes walking up into my yard, like I assume that there's a weapon involved, I'm about to get shot and or raped. I'm terrified, obviously, but I'm trying to protect my cats too. So I'm trying to shake this jar of treats, like, Francis, you want a treat? Like, come in. And she won't. She's staying underneath the car. So I just had to leave my baby outside. Anything could happen. There's stray dogs, like, I didn't know how long this person was going to be out there. I didn't know why they were at my house. I didn't know what was happening. So I lock the doors and I'm just like shaking. I grab my phone and I have it like ready to dial 911, like I'm about to dial 911. And so I go out into my living room. I'm like, oh shit, all the blinds are open and this person's staring in my house. So I just go and I close all the blinds down while looking at them. And I just drop down to the ground in case they had a firearm. And I'm about to call the police, but I'm like, but shit, like, I think I know who this is. Like, I think I know their name. Like, I know their username. Like, that's who I thought it was. And I was like, I don't want them to get in trouble. Is that stupid? There's so many of you that are probably like, Lauren, what is wrong with you? Why would you not call the police? But it's like, it was just somebody, like, I don't know. It was just weird, y'all. Like, because I just knew this person, like his name and stuff and things about, I just couldn't get him in trouble. Like, but I should, it's like, I know that I should have, because it's like somebody, that's a dangerous personality. Someone that, is going to do that to you, like, get your address, like come to your home, all that stuff, Oh, God, I'm sorry. This is really hard for me to talk about still. As you can tell, if you could feel my skin, I'm just shaking. So I closed all the blinds and I didn't call 911. I called Alex. I told him what happened and he's like, I'm coming home right now. And it was like, he wasn't supposed to get off work for another 5 hours. He has an hour drive home. So he's on his way home. He's like, don't worry, just keep an eye on him. And so I looked out and he's still standing in the driveway. But after a couple minutes, he like walks away and puts something in my mailbox. It was like a book. I feel like I'm going to throw up. So then I call my mom. I called my mom and she's like, call the police. And like I said, because I thought I knew who it was, like I didn't want to call the police and I didn't want to deal with the police either. The police scare me. I didn't want them coming to my house and all this shit. Like I don't know, guys. It was so scary. So I didn't call the police. My mom was mad at me, I think, or just disappointed. And then I called my neighbor who was luckily home and he picked me up and I got to hide in his house for like an hour and a half until Alex got home. Oh, but before that, the reason that I started panicking extra more was before I called my neighbor to pick me up, the guy drove by my house twice. He came by on foot the first time, but then he drove by twice. God, I'm shaking. It's just terrible. So I just thought, like, guys, I seriously thought I was going to be raped or killed. I swear to God, I thought that. And I was crying so hard. Because with a person with anxiety, you don't just see what's happening right there. You extrapolate to all the ends of what could possibly happen. That's what you think, and that's what I was thinking. And I was so afraid. And a couple hours later, the person who I thought it was messaged me and confirmed my suspicions. I immediately blocked them. I did not write back. Alex was going to write a message like, leave us alone, please. But we didn't. We were just afraid because and I'm afraid saying this right now because I don't want anyone to get any ideas. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know. It just sucks to feel so unsafe in your own home. My neck kills me because I sit out. Oh, great. Someone's calling me. Shut up. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know who you are. I'm always looking out my window. My nose! Well, I just got plastic surgery in front of your eyes. I'm so upset that my nose just fell off, you guys. Do you even understand what that means? My nose fell off. But anyways, I can't describe to you the level of violation that I felt that day and that I still feel. You notice there's some boxes stacked up right here. Yeah, I'm moving. I had to leave. We are ending our lease early because we just had to get out. I don't feel safe here. Like walking, anytime I'm out on a walk, you know I was already scared because of the stray dogs and the creepy men. But now there's like somebody found me. Somebody came here to see me that I didn't want to come here. Do you know what that feels like? That level of fear is like, for 2 weeks, it was just a flashback playing in my head. I saw the scene over and over and over and over and over again. And I didn't know if there was going to be anyone else that would come. I didn't know. So it's just really hard to wrap my mind around how someone gets to the point from, just having an internet friend, someone I message from time to time, to believing that you can just make the choice to show up at someone's home, unannounced, uninvited. So I just want to try and talk a little bit about this concept here, okay? So as you know, I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years. Through that time, I've met a lot of awesome people that I know mostly by username. Once I started using Instagram and Twitter, specifically Instagram, I got to know a lot of your faces and about your lives. And so there's plenty of people that, again, I have a friendship with, that I message, that I comment on their photos, that, talk to me, people that comment on my posts or comment on my videos on YouTube. I love commenting back. I love opening up a dialogue and getting to know people. Online, y'all. On the internet. So I make videos, I talk about my personal life. You guys know a lot about me, and you've known, I've talked about many personal things over the past decade on here. So those of you, and I appreciate so greatly that you've been watching my videos for years, you probably feel like you know me, right? You know what I sound like, you know what I look like, about my insecurities and things that happen and things about my family. At maximum, I know your name and your face. And maybe the general location on the globe in which you reside most of your life. Maybe I know those things. So you can see here how it's kind of a one-sided thing, right? Now, those of you that I form professional relationships with, this is this is totally different. Obviously, you probably know my address and my social security. It's very different. If those of you who I've worked with, that have met me through here to work with, it's very different. I'm talking about, the buddies, the buds, the people that we're just buds. We haven't worked together, none of that stuff. We're just internet buds. You have to realize, right, that there is there's a disconnect. That you only at max see a 15-minute segment of any one of my days, and I can tell you whatever I want. I can tell you, for example, that I have 10 toes on one foot. And unless I ever showed you my foot, you just have to believe that, right? See what I'm getting at here? I can be anyone that I want to you to an extent, but you're always going to know what I look like, what my voice sounds like, certain things about me. With you guys, that it's just images and words, y'all could say anything about yourselves that you want to. So this experience has opened me up to, how naive I really am with this stuff. Because I did count you guys as friends, and I still do in a way, right? Internet friends aren't real friends, okay? I'm not trying to offend. I'm not trying to upset anybody. The boundaries were breached severely, and I just want to talk about this, okay? I just want to open a dialogue about this. I can sit here and I can put my hand up, okay? I'll put my hand up to the screen. You can never touch that hand. It looks like you could, right? It's so close. It's so close. You can't ever touch that, guys. There are just certain things that we're not going to have in our kind of friendship. I'll reply to your comments. I love when you watch my videos. If you want to PM me from time to time, I'll write back when I have the time, okay? But that's all it can be. I don't know what your voice sounds like. I don't know what your favorite food is. I don't know what you like to do on your free time, because we don't know each other in real life. We don't have a friendship where we're going to hang out on the weekends or do stuff for each other's birthdays. We're just going to kind of see each other online and interact with that other person's internet persona. That's our friendship, okay? That's what it's going to be. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just the realism of it, And I've met some awesome people. I'm not saying that y'all are creeps that keep at an arm's length. Like, I've met some awesome people, and I've opened up with some people, and we've had some great conversations, and I love that. That's super valuable. That's a wonderful thing. I just don't want to have to fear that now. I don't want to have to fear that if I open up to you and you open up to me and we're having a great dialogue online, that now you think that's an open invitation for you to come to my house. My computer keeps going to sleep because I'm talking too long. Anyways, that's an open invitation to come to my house. It's not. It's not. That's not what that is. We're internet friends, okay? Internet friends. We're friends on this medium. And I know most of you know that. And I know I'm preaching to the choir with most of you. With all of the people that supported me on Instagram when I made the post that I was leaving, YouTube for a while. Like, you guys understood that. Everyone's like, holy shit, who would ever do that? So I know most of you are like, yeah, duh, Lauren, we know. And that's great. Awesome. Glad I'm preaching to the choir. But, when you get real sad and sometimes you write music, and I did write a song about this. And it might sound a little harsh, but I was feeling pretty harsh at the time that I wrote it. I hope that you enjoy it. Again, don't let it make you upset, because, legit, I do feel like I've made many friends on here. True friends. True internet friends, y'all. There's a difference.
Please stay away. We're not really friends. Even though I call you on the internet's where it ends. I just wanna be left alone to enjoy the time with my cats at home. Let me have this peace of mind, and we can still be friends if we keep it online. I don't know your name, your birthday, or your height. Never seen your face before. I don't know what you look like. And I just wanna be left alone to enjoy the time with my lover at home. Let me have this peace of mind, and we can still be friends if we keep it online.
Please, no one come to my house. Oh, also, I hope you like my new face, sans nose, because this is how you're gonna know me from now on. I'm gonna take my face off the internet, and this is only how you know me from now on. So that way, if anyone tries to find me, they won't know my true face. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing a mask, that's why. Goodbye.